This is
Zac and Rita,
the podcast.
Hey Rita, how you going?
Sorry, I just got to adjust my seating position real quickly.
Why?
I'm just not. I wasn't in a comfortable position. I'm comfortable now. Welcome to episode
48, I think.
of the Zac and Rita podcast.
I've just realised that means we're not going to be around for episode 50.
Whoa, we're dying.
No, but we're pre-recording 2 episodes. So episode 50 is going to be a summer break episode.
Yeah, and it'll be the one. Okay, so
Okay. Hi, welcome. I'm out of isolation. I don't have COVID. We're back in the stupid.
what?
I was going to say studio, but it's just an apartment.
Studio. We're back in the studio. And
Welcome to my studio.
I'm going on holiday in less than a week.
What an exciting thing for you and not for me. Because I
Which-
don't get to go on holiday.
Because you're poor and
I
you're not as cashed up as me. We all know that's why you can't go on holiday, but I can.
If anything, it's the complete opposite, mate.
Then why aren't you going on holiday?
Because I don't want to go on holiday.
Well, you just said you couldn't, and couldn't is very different to
Okay.
wouldn't.
Couldn't because I'm working.
Well, you don't. You could choose not to work to instead go on holiday.
What if I'm going on holiday to Aries?
Is it really? What is echoing?
Is that It's that speaker. There we go. We're less echoey.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. So basically, we're pre-recording 2 episodes. They're going to be shorter than normal episodes. They're going to be called summer break episodes, and you are going to enjoy them, despite the fact they will almost definitely
I
be
do not. What were you going to say?
better quality than our regular episodes.
Good, because we have actually got some exciting, I would say exciting plans to give you little summer break episodes. So
Should we reveal what episode 50 is going to be?
I feel like we already have, but in the case that we haven't, we'll keep episode 50 a secret for now, I reckon. Do you really want to say it?
No, I don't care. I don't care that much.
I just feel like that's really underwhelming. Considering we celebrated, what episodes have we celebrated so far?
I think when we started, we celebrated like 5, 10.
That's right, we did. But like, for episode 50, that's like a big thing for the podcast. And we're going to be celebrating it. Should we just say?
Wait.
How we're going to celebrate episode 50.
Well, we're not specifically celebrating
Episode 50 is not going to be a celebration.
It's going to be me on a beach on the phone, and Zac is going to be in the studio calling me and
FaceTiming, so we get your video.
FaceTiming me.
Yeah, so that's the plan for one of the summer break episodes. I'm going to come in and we're just going to talk about whatever Rita's been up to.
Yeah, you'll get to have a little taste of what I've been up to on my holiday before I come home
to record more episodes.
Speaking of things that start with the letter H,
haircuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I think, we've both gotten a haircut since we last talked to you guys.
I got mine today.
I got mine the day I got out of isolation. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm getting a haircut.
What did you have to say about your haircut?
I had to say that, and I'm not too sure if we actually discussed this on the podcast before. In lockdown 6 in Melbourne, I dyed my hair blonde.
Yes.
And I'm not too sure if we discussed it on the podcast or if I just rocked up with blonde tips.
We probably brought it up.
Anyways, so I had blonde in my hair, and this haircut was meant to be the haircut that got all the blonde out of my hair. And I've got like my fringe bit. It's been cut, but I don't know if you can see, there's still a tiny bit of blonde.
We can absolutely see,
Yeah.
Zac. You look like you have frosted tips,
Exactly.
but just at the front.
Exactly. And that's my problem. It looks like I've got frosted tips just at the front. If you are a audio-only listener, just wait for this week's TikToks and clips to come out. It looks like I've gone and done frosted tips horribly on myself.
Which is almost worse than just dyeing your entire hair blonde.
I would say so. But now that I'm back at Aries, I'm working back at the lighthouse. I'm seeing stuff like colleagues that I haven't seen all year. One of them literally said to me, "That's a bit ambitious for your hair." Like, they assumed.
Was that an insult?
I think they were testing the waters to see what I was going to say about it. But they assumed that I had frosted my tips.
Yeah.
So I think I've got no other option but to go and buy some brown dye.
A bit ambitious suggests that it's not working out.
Well, I agree. I don't want to be having frosted tips on my hair, but I've got really no other option except I'm going to have to dye it back brown, and I'm going to do that.
So you're gonna dye your hair your natural hair color.
Well, this the frosted tips. Well, I've got no other option, Rita. I can't go around for like 2 months like this.
No, I agree. It is pretty bad. Anyway, I got a haircut too, and I look like an absolute sick cunt.
You do look like an absolute sick cunt.
I have been stressing the fuck out for like the past week, being like, I have to get a haircut before I go to Queensland. I work all throughout the week. When am I going to go get a haircut? And then I was going to do it last week on Friday before work.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was like, I do not want... This is something about me as a person. In the morning, like, I'm a really nice person, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a good person to be around.
The fact that you had to look to me for justification really implies you do not think you're a nice person.
Look,
Zach, please tell me I'm a nice person.
Like, say, like, if someone was hanging out with me for the first time, I probably wouldn't give off total cunt vibes.
No, I mean, you don't really give off total cunt vibes at all.
Unless they met me in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning, I am a total fucking asshole.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say you're not a morning person.
Well, I'm not an asshole as in, like, I'm not going to be an asshole to you. I'm just going to not interact with you at all. And if you try to talk to me in the morning, I'm not going to be happy that you're trying to talk to me.
And I know this because you used to stay at my house. You stayed there for like a couple of months. And we woke up in the morning and had to get ready for school together in the morning. And there was no interaction at all in the morning between us. Like, we would get home after school and we would just absolutely vibe. But in the morning, I just literally remember there was fuck all interaction.
I have like a literal like force field around me of just like looking generally pissed off, which makes people want to stay away from me.
Yes.
But it's very deliberate because I do want people to stay away from me because I'm just like, I'm not, I need like nice, chill, relaxing alone time in the morning to prepare myself for having to interact with people all day.
Yes.
Anyway, wait, why was I talking about that?
You said Friday morning you were meant to have a haircut Friday morning.
Yeah, I was meant to have a haircut Friday morning, and then I was like, I woke up Friday morning and I realized that would require me going to a hairdresser, sitting in a chair with a stranger behind me and having to make conversation with them. And I was like, fuck no.
See, and I feel bad for hairdressers that have to do that. Their job, half of it is the skill and half of it is making conversation with people.
Yeah.
Like, I can't name a haircut that I've had where there hasn't been conversation.
And I would have just given them nothing. Because, I mean, honestly, even if I take a haircut, I would have took a massive haircut the other day.
I went to the hairdressers and I took the biggest haircut.
There was hair all over the floor.
Whoa. Oh, God.
Anyway, no, yeah, just, I think the last time I had a haircut was like late last year. But yeah, even like...
Well, no, you've had your hair cut, but you haven't gone and had it.
Yeah. But like last time I went to a hairdresser. But yeah, even normally I don't like talking to them. Not to be mean. I just like, I don't like forced conversation.
It is a bit difficult because if you guys... Some people can talk. Like some people get along and you can have a conversation with them. But some people just... There's friction in all forced conversations.
I also remember when I used to be on Centrelink, whenever I would go to the hairdresser or like anything where you're like in like a place and like someone asks you questions about your life and they always ask what your job is.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go through that shit.
Well, so what would you say?
I honestly, I can't think. I probably just made some shit up. I vividly remember lying about my job, but I don't remember what I said. I think I told someone I was an ice skater once.
An ice skater. What sort of fucked? See, this is my problem with lying about a job. If you lie, they're going to ask you questions.
Yeah, and you have to just hope that they don't know about the thing that you're lying about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what if this person was like a professional ex-ice skater?
Yeah, it's just a risk you got to take sometimes. You got to risk it for the biscuit. The biscuit being not being judged for being on Centrelink.
Not being judged for lying to a hairdresser.
Yeah, that would make it even worse. I'm unemployed and I lied to you. Yeah.
Well, unemployed isn't a bad thing.
Okay, no. But like you know, you feel a bit embarrassed when you have to tell someone that after they ask what your job is.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
It's a bit rude of them to assume, but
a bit rude of them to assume you have a job.
yeah.
Everyone has a job.
Oh, you just said being unemployed is okay.
Okay, it's okay. No, but like so many people have a job.
Yeah.
If you had to stab, what is it? Stab in the dark?
Yes.
If you had to take a stab in the dark, the chances are they're going to be employed.
That is very true. And they also probably, I don't think they say like, oh, what do you do for a living? They're like, what do you do with yourself?
Yes.
So,
And I think that's where they escape it. Because you could just say, yeah.
yeah, I submitted my Centrelink report yesterday. That's what I do with myself.
I'm on call to Centrelink or...
Anyway, Zach, forget all of this bloody chat. Point is, I got...
Oh, wait, so we're forgetting the chat happened.
Yes.
Welcome to the Zac and Rita podcast.
The point is, I got my haircut. I'm ready for Queensland. And now, plus.
So on the planning board is hair plus. We reference the planning board too much for a document that does not need to be told to the listeners.
Yeah, anyway,
Hair plus, Rita.
plus. No, pretty much, I just rocked up for the podcast, and Zach was like, "You're wearing a wife beater."
Yeah, Rita's, if an audio listener's wearing a black singlet and shorts. We have not recorded a podcast where Rita has been wearing shorts.
I've never worn shorts because shorts are for degenerates, but...
Oh, you fucking can't.
I've never worn shorts because shorts are for degenerates, but I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks to the state of degenerates.
Wait. You pissed off?
No.
I'm making a TikTok of you calling all of Queensland fucking degenerates.
I want to preface it by saying... I was born there. I'm one of you. I'm a degenerate too. I'm a degenerate too. And as a degenerate, I need to fit in. So this is what I'm going to be wearing every day I'm in Queensland.
Really? So, okay, yeah, but you're not in Queensland. You don't need to be wearing a singlet and shorts.
I'm just taking it for a test drive. I went to Kmart.
But it's cold today. We're recording on Boxing Day. It's like 19 degrees, 16 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's actually fine. I'm really good with the cold. But I went to Kmart 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I bought 5 of these singlets.
Oh, really?
And 5 of these pairs of shorts. And it is all I'm wearing every day. And I got slides.
You fucking mess of a human being. You're wearing socks with your slides, which
I won't be doing that in Queensland. That's...
if you were doing anything but recording a podcast, it's a bit weird. I frankly don't want to see your feet. So I'm quite happy that you're wearing socks with your slides.
I don't think there's anything wrong with socks with slides.
Really?
I think there is something wrong with wearing slides out in public as a general thing. But I am kind of a hypocrite because that's exactly what I just did.
Yeah.
But I'm just getting into the headspace
Of being a Queenslander.
Yes.
I'm not going to call them the degenerates because that's a bit rude.
Yeah, no. They're a wonderful state full of beautiful people.
Degenerates.
Yeah. No, wonderful, beautiful state, great weather. Gonna have an amazing time.
I am really excited for you to get out to Queensland, though.
I'm really excited to jump out of a plane from 15,000 feet. Have we talked about that on the show?
I don't know.
It's getting filmed.
That's exciting.
So,
Wait, no, you have to kind of explain what you're doing. Jumping out of a plane just sounds a bit random.
I'm filming my suicide.
And opening a plane door, which would probably kill other people on the plane.
So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going skydiving.
Yeah. And you were worried about whether you'd have to pay $100 for their footage on their GoPro.
Yeah, and then my mum was like, "Oh, I'll pay for it."
Oh, well, that's nice of you, Mum.
Yeah, so...
That might be the first mention of your mum on the podcast.
Really?
I don't think... Because in the first season, first and second season, I lived with my mum. You did not.
Yeah.
So my mum was a bit of conversation topic because I lived with her, but you didn't. So you probably didn't have to mention your mum.
Yeah, my mum's never been used as a bleep either.
No. Do we want to ask your mum? We're currently looking for a bleep. We only use this one.
That shit
Oh, right, this one.
don't care. I've got
I like that as a
grenades.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like, is your mum open to being the bleep of the show?
I don't know.
Well, you can ask her next time you see her.
Anyway, yeah, I'm very excited because I'm going to be... I've never been in a light aircraft before.
They're fun, but you won't fit.
What?
Well, you're tall,
Yeah.
and light aircrafts are smaller than a normal airplane.
So they're less taller than a person?
You won't be okay. So you know how in a normal airplane you walk through the corridor to get to your seat.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hunched while you're getting to your seat.
I don't think there's even seats because the plane is designed to jump out of.
Yeah, good. No. So what? You just sit on the floor. I mean, I've never been skydiving.
I have no idea.
We'll get. You know what? We'll find this out on episode 50.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe.
Oh, it depends on when we record it.
No, maybe episode 51 because then I can put the footage in the episode.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So after you were very disrespectful to the degenerates of Queensland,
Oh, yeah. After I was very disrespectful to an entire suburb, now an entire state. What have I done, Zach?
okay. So Rita and I caught up midweek, and
I've actually been like all week, like really like fucking.
I stupidly hinted at podcast content.
Zach told me I'd done something disrespectful and then told me, oh, I have to watch through the entire last episode to find out what it was. I was like, oh, no, just tell me. And then Zach was like, no, I'm not going to tell you. If you want to find out, you have to watch it. And then I was like, well, what's the point of you telling me on the podcast if I can just watch it and find out? And then Zach was like, oh, no, don't watch it then.
So last week, we went back for the first time in a while to Zoom episodes. Zoom episodes, we don't like them.
Well, we went back for one episode.
And we're back, so obviously this proves we're not sticking with Zoom episodes.
It is not happening again. We're not even doing a Zoom for the summer break where I call in because I'm calling in on
It's
a phone.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Yes.
Just because we want to see your video.
Yes.
So, Rita, across the entire episode, it was a smaller episode.
Where should I be?
I feel like we can discuss this in summer break 1.
Okay.
Across the entire episode, can you think of anything that you did that was severely disrespectful?
No, all I remember was I had literally just gotten out of bed.
Yeah. That's not disrespectful.
I was recording a Zoom episode for the first time in ages.
Yep.
I was, on a Zoom while also recording myself. I assume I did something on that recording.
You did. It was so disrespectful in my opinion. Okay. Disrespectful to the show, really disrespectful to me in my opinion.
I don't understand how it's specifically disrespectful.
You wait till I show you the video. It was, in my opinion, I edited the video version, so disrespectful to me that I forced the camera footage to stick on me. It was so disrespectful that I added extra editing time to myself to make it. We agreed it was going to be only split screen. Then I was like, this is bad. I should probably make the entire episode flip between different camera angles so we don't highlight your disrespectful thing. I'm going to put the footage up on screen.
Wait, so you didn't want it to be in the episode, but now you're showing it anyway?
Because I can now make it content. In the episode, it looks just weird and it's rude and it's wrong, in my opinion.
I'm so
Now
confused.
it's content. I'm going to show Rita this. I'm going to give Rita the footage to put on the video version. If you want to go watch the video version, we'll explain it afterwards.
Wait, maybe it's to avoid tax or something?
Surely not. I mean, maybe, but we're not this. I mean, I feel like this is just quickly becoming a dead conversation.
It very much is. We clearly don't have
That much crypto knowledge.
Yes. Anyway, I have to leave in like 6 minutes, Zach.
What?
Is that it?
That's it.
That's okay, Zach. You had literally made me expect the fucking worst. I thought I'd like fucking done something like disgusting, and I was like,
Disgustingly rude.
the clicking.
No. Oh, no. More. Okay, so what I thought, and this is maybe an assumption, what you were doing in that clip, you were looking at the timetables, I think. Whatever you were doing, I was trying to have conversation and I spoke like 3 times to silence. And then you look at your video version and you're not focusing on the screen with me. You're focusing on something else. You're clicking and scrolling. You're searching something on Google.
Mate, it would. Oh, yeah, I do remember.
It was
definitely podcast related.
Was it? No, because at the very end of the clip, and you closed out of it at the very end, you say...
Yes. Anyway, I have to leave in like 6 minutes, Zach.
What?
So I was making sure I fucking made it to work on time.
That was disrespectful.
Zach, okay, yes, I will agree. That's disrespectful, but it is nowhere near as bad as what I was expecting. I thought I'd done some fucked up shit.
I'm sorry for making you think. What fucked up shit could you have done?
I have no idea. No, I thought I'd just like fucking, I don't know, like made some gross fucking coughing sound or some shit
Oh, no,
like
no,
that.
that's not disrespectful.
I feel like that's more disrespectful.
I would say blatantly ignore. Oh, sorry. That footage is the end of 2 minutes of you looking at whatever website you were looking at. I forgot to preface that. So there's 2 minutes of you scrolling while I'm trying to talk to you about sushi going crypto. Fair, it's not an interesting thing. But the podcast wasn't.
Maybe I was being respectful by diverting everyone's attention away from your boring content.
It wasn't because you weren't saying anything for 2 whole minutes.
Anyway, yeah, okay. I will. Well,
I don't know.
I won't do that again. But the issue won't come up again
Because we're not doing a Zoom episode.
never.
Never.
Again. Next time we're forced into a situation where we're doing Zoom, the podcast finishes there and then. Never doing another episode.
No, because in the era where you're okay, we can do some on podcast planning. If you have to stay in Queensland for whatever reason, we're taking a break.
Why would I have to stay? Oh, like
COVID.
COVID.
So
Yeah.
the thing, you can't promise that the podcast just ends if we have to do a
No,
week.
we will do Zoom when I'm in the UK. We'll do Zoom episodes.
Yeah, that's okay with me. That's like March, May away.
I can't be fucked with this pre-recording shit.
No, that's
again.
okay. Yeah. I
think I would rather the effort of doing an episode on Zoom than like pre-recording multiple episodes.
it's literally not that hard. We do it for backup episodes.
Yeah.
And think about backup episodes might be bad. Fuck, they're much better than a Zoom episode.
No, because at least a Zoom episode is like current topics. And it's more interesting. Like if I'm in another country, I feel like that's a reason to do a Zoom episode.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that's the same way we're doing a FaceTime summer break episode. But COVID, if COVID sends one of us into isolation.
Yeah. It would be really fun to get stuck in Queensland.
Yeah.
It's to say like, okay.
But you'll be sucked because you'll be in isolation.
I am a super irresponsible person and I want your opinion on something, Zach.
Uh-oh.
So I've been thinking about this. I've never left the country before.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm a very impulsive person, right?
Yeah.
How likely do you think it is
Yeah.
that I would purposely miss my flight back just so I could have the experience of getting stranded in another country?
What's the question? How likely?
Yeah, how likely it is that I would do something that stupid?
Look, I think the fact that you're thinking about it now means you're not going to do it because you've got all this time to think over it and realize why it's such a bad decision.
Yeah.
If you came up with the idea on the way to the airport,
But I feel like it's the kind of thing that I'd do like at the airport, just about to board my flight. I'd just be like, oops, I'm going to accidentally throw my ticket off the bridge.
but like financially, that's the worst decision you could make.
Yeah, but
Also because it's breaking the law. If you've got a tourist visa and say you're staying for that period of time.
oh yeah, but I meant to leave. Oh, I just don't have the money.
No. But it's like actually, it's like illegal. Not that illegal things have stopped you in the past.
And then I can get deported.
No, that's content. I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't say it's unlikely for you to do that.
I reckon it's like at this stage, like a 50-50 chance of it happening.
You realize the fact that you're talking about it, you're talking about openly breaking the law. Oh, not missing a flight, not breaking the law. Overstaying a visa, breaking the law.
Yeah, so I won't overstay because you can stay for like 3 months, I think, without. Also, you don't. Well, yeah, it's not a visa because you don't need a visa to go to the UK from here. But I think it's like 3 months on a passport.
Oh, then you're fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it because financially it's the worst decision you could fucking make. You're spending like, 2 weeks there for $4,000.
Yeah.
So it's like $2,000 a week.
I'll make friends over there and then leech off them.
Is that really the smartest idea? I don't fucking think so.
No, I won't. Okay, guys, I'm making a show promise.
Oh, you fucking... Okay, a show promise, that means Rita is going to do the complete opposite of whatever the show promises.
I promise that I won't get stuck in Nottingham.
What a shit place to get fucking stuck.
Okay, I promise I won't get stuck in any part of the UK.
Good deal. We'll be back right after this.
Christmas! Christmas!
It's just past...
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Thanks, Rita. Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Today's Boxing Day. Christmas has just passed. And so the video viewers will notice that the set is no longer
Hope you guys all
Christmassy.
got some nice boxing gloves.
Shittest joke ever. It's Boxing Day test. Can I put it on?
No.
Thanks.
You are not. That is way more disrespectful.
Okay, now I've got to turn the TV off. Oh, fuck.
Fuck it.
7 for 142. England are going fucking shit. How the fuck do I turn this off? There we go.
I don't know what that means.
Hey, England are going bad. They've got 10 wickets.
Oh, yeah. Shit was the word I didn't understand in that sentence. Anyway, Christmas happened.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so basically, I had a crazy Christmas party yesterday.
I'm so glad to hear.
Okay. I might have invited multiple family members over to my place for Christmas.
Yeah.
Told them all that it was a party,
Yeah.
but no, I didn't invite anyone else.
What's the problem with that?
So they rocked up and like no one was there, but I said it was a party and there was like no one there.
So how many people rocked up in total?
Oh, like 2? Because it was never a party. But here's the thing, right? So essentially, I invited people to a party that didn't exist.
Yeah.
So they rocked up like expecting other people to be there, and it was just me.
Yeah. So that's the party.
That was the party.
I'm waiting for you to go on.
There's nothing more
So for Christmas Day, you invited 2 family members over for a party.
that didn't exist. But here's the thing:
Yes.
I don't remember saying it was a party.
So your story is that you invited people over. They said you called it a party, and you don't remember calling it a party, and that's all.
Yep,
Great content.
it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Do you have? I want to move on, but I don't want to like interrupt you halfway through. Is that seriously everything you bought?
Yeah, I just thought it was pretty crazy that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let me just piece it together for you.
Yeah.
So I invited them to a party. They arrived. There was no party.
Yeah.
They told me, "What was this? There's no party." And I was like, "But I never said there was a party."
Yeah. And they were like,
"Yeah, you did."
and that's all. What happened after the party?
There was no party.
So what happened after they arrived, you idiot?
We just got drunk and played Mario Kart and watched Spider-Man.
Not horrible. Not horrible. Not great. Definitely not a fucking party. Horrible content.
Really bad content. Yeah, it was definitely not a party.
Time for some content we've literally been putting off for over a month.
Oh god, this is even worse than my party content.
No, it is not. Okay, so we have a... No, don't get ready yet. It's my thing first. So we have a ongoing well, what do you call it?
Zach, I'm sorry about my party content. I really thought it was gonna go somewhere.
Where did you think it was going to go? It was literally like... You could have filmed it in 15 seconds.
Do you want me to act it out right now?
Okay, act it out. No, but now you're off screen.
Oh, I'm Rita's family member. Oh, I'm all dressed up to go.
No, this is horrible. This is an audio medium and we can't hear you.
I'm all ready
No,
to
no,
go.
no. I think we should move on. That's a horrible idea.
You just didn't let it fly. It had wings. And you snip them off.
No, it was born without wings.
Snip. They should call you Snip, bro.
I just thought of something else.
What? Wait, can we bring that up?
I don't know if we can. I don't think it's podcast content. It's very old. It's very irrelevant. It's an inside joke to both of us.
Well, let's just say it.
No,
No
let's not.
context.
No, let's not because it's someone. It's no. No.
All right, we'll say it without the name then.
No. I just think it's not funny. I think we should move on because we've already wasted a bit of time on the.
Okay.
I'm going to edit that in. I'm going to edit that out. 30 minutes. I'm going to edit that out. So we have an ongoing kind of segment on the show. It's questions that we can't be fucked Googling. It doesn't have an opener because when we first made it, we were like, it's probably never going to be used enough for an opener. This is the third time we've ever done it. It's not warranting an opener. But I do have a question, reader, that I don't think we can be fucked Googling. QR codes, they've become very kind of popular throughout the pandemic.
They have.
They
They exist. You know what question I have about QR codes?
Yeah.
Did our phones' camera apps
Always
had detect QR codes?
Yes.
Fuck. See, I never knew. Then why with it? I always assumed you had to download an app for it, and all the apps that you can download for it are total shit. And I was like, why hasn't someone made a good QR code app?
Because our phone cameras have always been able to do it.
That's crazy.
And that's the reason why all the QR scanners are free with ads. Because it's just a way to mine money from people who are dumb.
Fuck, I'm dumb.
Don't
Not that
worry,
I
I'm not.
ever needed to scan QR codes
So that's the
prior
thing.
to this.
QR codes have existed for like at least 10 years before the pandemic happened.
Like when I decided to put up all of those things for that YouTube video, I used
Oh, no, you have to kind of give. In year 9, Rita and I printed off like at least 20 snap codes
I feel like it was more. I think it was like 50.
and we stuck them around our school and
They linked to
Melbourne.
They linked to a video which I will put a link to now. No, I'll put a little clip of it on screen.
No, just put a link. It's not relevant.
I'm gonna put a little
No.
tiny short little clip.
No. It's not. It's literally not relevant at all to the podcast. It's
I'll put it at the end then.
no. Just
At the end, it doesn't affect the show at all in any way.
it's not relevant to the show.
I just mentioned it, therefore it's relevant. Stay to the end of the podcast for a short little clip.
Okay, fine, but it has to be at the end of the little. Thanks for listening. Has to be at the very end.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Good deal. Okay, so it was literally. It's so relevant. The snap code's linked to a video.
Yes. No, I was just bringing it up because I was like, at the time, I found it more relevant to use a snap code than a QR
And
code.
I think that still would be relevant. But they'd existed for a very long time.
No,
And now,
I feel like no one uses.
oh, for fuck's sake.
I feel like no one uses Snapchat anymore.
No, just because we don't use Snapchat doesn't mean.
No, it's definitely declined in popularity.
Nah, it's big. So many people still use Snapchat.
That's actually something that I realized is that, yeah, my younger brother used Snapchat, and I was like, wow, I thought everyone had stopped using Snapchat.
Just because we stopped doesn't mean everyone
Yeah,
did.
but like,
And by we, I literally just mean us too.
everyone older than us is like, oh, when Instagram added stories, I stopped using Snapchat. And I've always found that dumb because I don't think Instagram stories are.
You don't watch Instagram stories.
No, I don't.
You have
they're-
a burning passion of hatred,
Yeah, because they're not on Snapchat.
but you don't use Snapchat. Okay, irrelevant. Can I please get onto the topic? Otherwise, we're going to have to cull the fucking questions we can't ask again. Questions we can't be fucked Googling. QR codes, they've been around for ages. The pandemic has made an absolute surge in QR codes. You can't go anywhere without fucking seeing QR codes, can you?
No,
You have the look on your... Shut up, Siri. You have the look on your face of, I can't wait to interrupt this cunt. Interrupt me.
Sorry, I just in like, I'm just in a loopy mood today. The vibe of this podcast is a bit loopier.
But that's not what the vibe of the podcast should be. Why can't we have a good episode?
No, it's okay to be a bit loopy every now and again. Guys, comment below or send us an Instagram at Zac.
No.
Send us a message. Comment, do you like the loopiness?
I think the loopiness is good when we're both loopy. But the problem with when we're both
So
loopy,
you think there's some imbalanced loop?
I'm being a bit responsible and you're a bit loopy. The problem is when we're both loopy, an episode declines really quickly. Does that make sense? Like it's good and loopy and then it declines in actual quality?
You know something that I've been told
Yeah.
by enough people now that I'm like, yeah, this is like kind of legit.
Yeah.
Every time we do an episode, like a
Oh,
backup.
man, and you haven't told me.
Yeah, I just haven't brought this up yet.
It's about the podcast and it's about the quality of the podcast and you've never mentioned it to me?
No. Just like something that I've noticed, like every time we do a backup episode or every time like an episode has a theme, people are like, wow, that's the best episode you've done in ages.
Yeah.
People like it when we do an episode that focuses on like one thing.
And I agree with them, but if we were to do a specific episode every week, it would lose the novelty of it.
I guess.
Like if you have chocolate cake once a month, every time you have chocolate cake is going to be really good. If you had chocolate cake every day, you'd get very bored of chocolate cake very quickly.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is the listeners, you think you don't like this, but you actually love us.
So we know what you like.
Yeah. Where
It's also hard to like get a topic that you can talk about for like an hour.
exactly. And we've tried. We did the betisode, we did the breakisode. But it's hard to get an hour's worth of content out of it.
I mean, the Brekkie-sode was like
A flop.
a fucking cop out. We did it. We talked about Brekkie for like the first 5 minutes.
And then just called it the breakisode. Anyways, fucking QR codes, Rita. They're everywhere. Can you agree with that?
Yes, they are in so many places.
Yes. And the way QR codes work is it's a square, white background, black dots. Mathematically, that means there's only a certain amount of QR codes that can be made in the world.
True.
We have a limit on how many QR codes we can make. So will we ever run out of QR codes?
I'm assuming you. Oh, we can't be fucked answering.
We can't be fucked. No, we can't be fucked Googling it. We can discuss it, but we can't be fucked Googling it.
I would say. Well, yeah. I mean, we kind of just did answer it. It is finite, so yes, we will run out.
But like, how close do you reckon we are to running out?
Oh, not close. There would be fucking billions, surely.
No, okay, yeah, but you say that, and that's what I thought. I thought there's got to be billions, and then I was like, but check-in apps, there's got to be at least, okay, maybe not billions, but hundreds of millions of places you can check into around the world. And that's just with official government apps. For the first half of the pandemic, we all had phony apps. So that double that. Surely we're close to running out of QR codes, is what I'm trying to say. And then think about metro trains. Every single different train, every carriage on a train has a different QR code. If it's the same around the world.
But the thing is, like, some QR codes are like the big ones. Like, some of them use smaller squares. And I feel like that's how they're going to make more of them, because if you make the squares smaller, you can fit more different shapes in.
No, but I don't... Maybe.
Because I think you can just make the actual square bigger and put more cubes inside it.
Yeah, but then at what point is a square so big that your phone camera can't...
There's a QR code that takes up like an entire wall.
Yeah, and then you got to stand back to take a photo of the QR code.
And your phone would also have to have an insanely good camera to pick all that up. Yeah.
So I feel like somewhere along the line, we are going to run out of QR codes.
I mean, it's probably going to be a pretty simple... Well, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it'll probably be a pretty simple fix. We'll just make a new format for them.
Yeah, maybe.
And then the apps will get updated to, like, detect both.
Yeah, I guess. What would the new format of a QR code be?
I don't know. There's clearly a bunch of different ways to do it. Like, Snapchat has one. Instagram has one.
Instagram QR codes are fucking weird, mate.
What are they? Yeah, aren't they like a circle with, like, weird stuff all around it?
No, Sorry, let's get up my QR code for a second. It's that.
Oh, so it is like an actual QR code.
But it's just got dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe I had a recollection of it being weirder, but it's not that weird.
On from that to I did this segment once upon a time. Once upon a time, we pondered on a question that we couldn't be fucked Googling.
We did. And is this a throwback? I think this is a throwback, isn't it?
This is the throwback.
I had a thought, and I was just like, what happens in this scenario? And I thought it would be funny to have a conversation about it on the show and just never, ever find out. So, Zach, you know how some countries drive on one side of the road and other countries drive on another side of the road?
Yeah.
What I thought, and I don't know if there's any situations in the world where this occurs, but you'd have to imagine there would be, because there's so many countries. What happens if there's a country that drives on one side of the road, bordering on a country that drives on the other side of the road, and you cross that border? Do you just sort of whoop?
Yeah.
So we weren't listening to that audio clip at all.
It's because
Yes.
when I edit the video,
Yeah. No. You don't need to explain that to. You don't need to explain our off-air chat while we were playing the clip. Explain the whoop.
Just let me take a photo of this time so I know when to edit it in. That's why I don't do it, because I don't listen through the whole thing.
You need to listen through to. Do you know how many times I listen through to an episode before it goes out?
Ew.
Do your fucking job, cut.
Okay, I'll start doing my job.
Thank you.
But in the meantime, I've got to do my job. Neither of these things are my job.
What's happening now?
No. What?
You're going to tell us about the car whoop?
Yes, I'm telling you about the car thing that you guys just heard that audio clip about that I was not listening to.
I wasn't listening
Basically,
to it either.
I came up with this genius thought experiment. I was like, different countries just drive on different sides of the roads. So what if the two of those countries bordered each other and they had a road border and you drive, and then how does the car get from one side of the road to the other? Question mark.
Yes. Now, since then, unfortunately, we have discussed this off podcast. I have discovered the answer. Didn't realize it was a podcast topic. Saw it on like a Facebook video and I was like, that's pretty smart actually. And now Rita has found out the answer and has gone podcast content, and we've put it off for a month.
Yes.
As Rita, by the looks of it, Googles the answer.
I've put it off for a month because it just wasn't that good
I can't rest my hand on my house.
to bring up. We always just had too much actual good content.
Yeah, which was nice. And this time, we're going to have to miss out on two things because of how good our content's been this week.
So, yes.
Yeah. So you haven't... Oh, for fuck's sake. Rita's trying to find the answer. Do you want us to take a break?
No. I've got it.
Okay.
Yes. So, it's a flipper bridge.
A what?
It's a flipper bridge.
Okay. Explain it to the audio listeners.
It flips the car from one side of the road.
Flip sounds like it turns it upside down.
Okay, well, that's just what they're calling it. The bridge does exactly what the name suggests.
No, it does not.
No, that's what it says.
Yeah.
It flips traffic around. The key here is separating the two sides of traffic using a figure 8 shape. One side of the road dips under the other, funneling cars that were traveling on the left to the right and vice versa without forcing them to encounter head-on traffic. So the roads pretty much go
Under and over
each other.
in like an X shape.
Yeah, and then you end up on the other. It's actually very simple.
It is.
But quite cool.
You know what I wondered when I saw the video, how long I saw it. If you're driving on the right, you're not really paying attention to what's happening on the road,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're on the left.
Yeah.
Would that not be so mind-boggling?
I mean, I feel like you would be paying attention. You'd see yourself going over, the other cars would be underneath you.
But if it's just a
above you.
bridge, think about how many bridges there are on like highways.
Yeah, but you'd probably be like, why is the bridge suddenly changing direction?
Yeah, and that's where I would think some people who aren't paying attention would go, holy fuck, I'm on the wrong side of the road.
Well, probably pay attention when you're crossing from one country into another.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea.
Or just like generally pay attention on the roads, I think is also a good idea.
That's a great advocacy for health and
The thing
safety.
is, the reason I couldn't work out what the fuck this would be was when I was picturing this conundrum in my head.
Yeah.
I was picturing it in a really dumb way. I was picturing it as like a single road where one side goes one way and one side goes the other way.
And it's just
Not
impossible
like,
to.
Not like two separate things, like highways with cars going in either direction.
Yeah, and that's the way from memory, you could have explained it in the clip, but neither of us paid attention. That's the way you described it to me when you were telling me, and that's where I was like, how does it happen?
Well, when I was thinking about it happening on a road like that one down there, I was thinking like, there would be like special stoplights that tell like the cars on one side when they're allowed to cross to the other side and tell the other cars to stop.
But this bridge thing is so much easier.
It is so much easier, yeah.
So we've almost reached the end. I reckon we should just say a bit of a goodbye because this is the last time we might see. This is the last time we'll be in the studio for a little bit.
So it's hard to say goodbye.
Well, no, just think about it's not goodbye. They're going to have us every week. Me and you, not going to have each other for 2 weeks.
I can live with that. Now that you put it like that.
That's where you touch my hand and we go, yeah. So, from behalf of Zac and Rita, Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. We will see you next week. I will see you in 3 weeks.
And I will see.
You will see them in 1 week because we're going to be pre-recording a show. You say goodbye now. You're the one that... Well, no, don't say goodbye yet. Just speak for a bit, Rita. Or don't and say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
You can keep in touch with the show anytime by emailing us, zacandritashow@gmail.com.
You can find us, Zac and Rita Show, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
All right, see you guys next week.